Well, good morning. I'm outside Ramona, California, and I'm on the trail to Cedar Creek Falls. It's kind of in a unique location. You actually start on the upper elevation and you work your way down into the gorge. They have a really nice trailhead that's behind me here. They actually have, I guess he's a docent of some kind. He's the one that checks for permits. This area didn't used to require permits, and now it does. I've never seen so many warnings for excessive heat. But knowing this inland San Diego County area, I agree with him. It gets really, really hot here. In fact, today it's only supposed to be 73, and I guarantee you it's going to feel like 93 once we get out on the trail. Sun's coming up in the east. It's going to be right in my face on the way out there. Hopefully it'll be behind me on the way back. So it's only 5.5 miles, and downhill the first part. It's that uphill part that's going to suck coming back. It's about 850 feet of gain roughly coming back, but you know, I got all day. I've got a 3-liter bladder of water and a quart of Gatorade, so I should have plenty of fluids, and if I have to, I can refill down there at the Devil's Punch Bowl, which is at the base of the Cedar Creek Falls. Well, I come to this little apex in the turn here, and you have a pretty good overview. It might be kind of hard to see through the haze, but because we're actually looking toward the sun, but we're going to work our way down the trail. Like there's a girl down there with her German Shepherd just past me. Work our way all the way down into the gorge, and I have a feeling that it's right over there. But there's just a very small, slight hint of a breeze, and that's it. It's going to get warm today. It's pretty though. Well, I've been hiking about a half mile down the trail. This is an extremely high area for rattlesnakes. Inland San Diego is known for rattlesnakes and gopher snakes, and this is the perfect time for them. It's been really warm the last 4 or 5 days, and especially today it's going to be nice and sunny. The rattlesnakes have been chilling all winter in their dens, and now it's time to come out and get some sun, get some of that body heat back, and go look for food. The babies are out as well. There's been 2 rattlesnake bites in inland San Diego just this week alone, so I have to keep my eyes and ears open, make sure I give any close brush a wide berth. And right now I'm at a trail sign here. It says San Diego River Gorge Trail, Ramona half mile, and the waterfall 2.3 miles. So 2.35 miles to the Cedar Creek Falls. Well, there's a little bit of color along the route here. I'll back up and show you some of this here. And there's just a little bit of cloud cover. Feels good though. Well, I finally came down from the top of the River Gorge trailhead down here, where this is the actual Cedar Creek waterfall trail. According to the sign, this is where you actually need the permit for. The section I just came down, I guess it's not required, but to go any farther than this, you do. It says permit required beyond this point. And just a short ways we'll be at the waterfall. I was told there's a little bit of water trickling out of the waterfall, and I'm sure the pool has got quite a bit of water in it. But this is a scenic little section. In fact, if you want to go to the top of the falls, I was told that you could take this road here that heads up toward Eagle Peak, and you can access the top of the falls. It says Saddleback Eagle Peak Road Trailhead. So there's another way to get to the falls, but this is the way that most people go, and this is the way I'm going to go. This is the scene. This is going to get me down at the bottom of the waterfall, which is what I want. So we're going to head in to the canyon here, and in a short few minutes we'll be at the waterfall. Well, looks like we have another creek crossing here. Carefully work my way across the creek. There's a big beetle right here. It's good they've got a little more flowing from upstream. Waterfall ought to be right around the corner. Well, I finally arrived at Cedar Creek Falls. It wasn't too bad of a hike. The upper portions were pretty steep, but the lower section was nice. Water looks nice and dark green. I see some fish in the water, just little ones. I don't think anybody's going to be jumping today. The waterfall is supposedly 80 feet, and I've seen people jump, believe it or not, from that rock up there. That's 100 feet. I know over on this side it's about 30 feet to the pool. It doesn't look too bad. I know people have done it. There's a rope swing in the corner right there, and there's actually looks like a little flat spot, a little recessed area, almost like a cave. Pretty cool though. Well, I'm at Cedar Creek Falls in inland San Diego County. It's about 50-60 miles east of San Diego, and it's just outside of the town of Ramona, California. This is the Cedar Creek Falls. It's one of the higher waterfalls in San Diego County. The total drop from the top to the bottom is about 80 feet, and I've seen videos on YouTube of kids jumping off the top rocks, which would put it at over 100. Most of the people don't try that. In fact, it's illegal now. A few years back, they had a lot of problems with spring breakers and teenagers drinking out here and leaving trash and debris along the edges of the trails on the way up here. And it also gets really, really hot out here. It gets up to almost 115 degrees, believe it or not, in the summertime. And the bad part is it's a downhill hike from the trailhead to the waterfall. So on the way back, you gotta gain about 800 feet of elevation. So it's not the easiest hike, but it is a straightforward hike. You can't get lost. But the rewards at the end, or at least the turnaround point for this hike, is spectacular. There's some water flowing in the waterfall right now, not as much as there has been in other years. This is kind of the second or third year of drought, but if you time it just right, you get some pretty good action in the waterfall. In a lot of the videos, you'll see 50, even 100 people crowded around the base of the rocks here at Cedar Creek Falls, and today I'm the only one. So I'm going to take a few minutes to enjoy the peace and tranquility here at Cedar Creek Falls. And then I'm going to head back up the trail, take my time, and get back to the car before 1 o'clock. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode of Anthony's Audio Journal. And I'll see you next time. Maybe next time at the Cedar Creek Falls. Bye-bye. Now, I came just a little ways down the trail from Cedar Creek Falls, and there's a red diamond rattlesnake still alive with no head. Don't know what happened to the head. A young couple, a guy and a girl, were just heading up the trail, and I don't know if he cut off his head and tossed it in the bushes or what, but here's what's left of it. But evidently it was just a little while ago, because he's still moving. That's kind of a shame. All he had to do was give it a wide berth, and instead this thing's going to die. It's kind of a bummer.